Guys, what's going on? And welcome in the stream as we continue the divisional round. Two more games set up for today. Fired up. We got a lot to jump into, a lot of bets we got to get to. Ready to kind of get this thing rocking and rolling. For the next hour, we're going to be placing bets on the NFL with the two divisional games. We have 3 NHL games, so a small slate. We'll look for some anytime goal scorers. 6 NBA games with one starting in an hour out in London with the Magic and the Grizzlies. A small slate of college hoops, but we're going to be really dialed in on NBA and the NFL. No doubt about that. Trying to find some last-minute bets. Look for some anytime touchdown scores. We're going to start off with some DFS here first. See what we got going on. See what opportunities that we have. Yeah, pretty much it, guys. Just, a little same old. Nice little Sunday. Smashing some bets. Talking about OddsJam. Talking about my favorite strategies. Kind of walking you through my process and what I specifically look for so that you can kind of copy and paste this for yourself. Just to help whatever tool that you're looking to get into, whether that's arbitrage, positive EV, DFS, middles page, whatever the case is. I'm going to kind of walk you through some various different tools to help you guys out. So it looks like we have a ton of better value, which is fairly common. If you guys, I would say outside of Dabble, Better just shows a ton of value, at least on OddsJam software. So definitely, if you live in a state that has DFS, unfortunately, I'm in Pennsylvania right now, they don't. But if you do, I would definitely take a look at Better because there's a lot of great daily discounts over there and then just tons of value. So any of these plays, I'm just going to kind of pause and chill for a second. If you want to play a 3-pick slip, by all means, all 5 of these plays, you could cook this. You can cook up a couple different 3-pick slips if you want to. If you wanted to put together a 5-pick slip or a 6-pick slip, no problem. You're just going to run into a little bit more variance, but you could definitely do so. These would be 5 awesome plays for your slip. And let's see what else do we have going on. You can see the EV percentage here on the left-hand side. I'm just devigging the Pinnacle right now. Yeah, finally see a little dabble, a little underdog. So unfortunately, because I am in PA for about the next week, I can't play any DFS. I can't really share any links in the chat. Unfortunately, this is kind of the best I can do, which is just showcase to you the plays on the screen, and then you'd have to go and create the slip yourself. So either take some screenshots, pause the stream right now so that you can get these slips in, because we got some really good plays. Let's see if I can get that all on the screen. There we go. So kind of just pause there for a second, let you guys kind of get this going. Dan, what's going on, man? Great read on the Broncos by a field goal. You should have taken that over 46 yesterday, but ended up taking the player props, lost by 2 yards. Irish, what's going on, man? Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Dan, I had a bet on the over. And in Dub Club, we actually had a bet on the first half under. And that little Jordan Humphrey touchdown at the end of the first half was just killer. Absolutely killer. But I guess it didn't matter because Josh Allen fumbled. Crazy game. That Broncos game was just absolutely insane. And then to find out that Bo Nix is out for the rest of the season. I mean, if you're a Houston or Patriot, if you're the Texans or Patriots right now, like, you got to be licking your chops, right? Like, is Jarrett Stidham going to pull a Nick Foles? Or, whatever was that 2017, 2018? Or is it going to be, basically whoever wins today's game is going to the Super Bowl? I know that's a big assumption. No offense, Broncos fans, but not having the quarterback's a big deal. Really big deal. All right, for my underdog people, you could definitely rock this. So I'll kind of show these plays right here. Definitely 3 picks that you could put together on an underdog 3-pick slip if you wanted to. This Drew Holiday play is okay. I would say Jaren Jackson under rebounds, Zion under on his PRA, and then up here, Desmond Bain if you wanted to take his PRA as well. But I'll just kind of pause here for a second. Yeah, no doubt about that. Ken, good morning to you, man. And Irish, yeah, sliding down the center of the ball, ridiculous. It was a chip shot. It's not like we're talking like that field goal was like 50 plus. It was under 30 yards. So, yeah, that was really unfortunate. But, yeah, that game was great. And then, my heart was broken, guys. Again, we talk about this all the time, sports betting being unpredictable. I was so excited for that. Christian McCaffrey over 6.5 catches. He has 5 catches in the first half. The Niners are losing. They got to play catch up. He doesn't come out for the first series of the third quarter, but then he does come out and he never has another catch. So definitely heartbreak hotel for me on the Christian McCaffrey play because I was fired up. And it was a very EV play. We got CLV. He had 5 catches in the first half. But that's how it goes with player prop betting, right? All we needed was 2 catches in the second half. Seemed like a lock, and it just didn't happen. So anyways, we have, congrats to the Seahawks and the Broncos. Though if you're a Broncos fan right now, you're waking up. I mean, you're still in the dance, Broncos. You're 1 win away from the Super Bowl. It's just, and both number 1 seeds take care of business, although that Broncos game was pretty wild. Pretty wild. All right, so let's take a look at the Sharp Money tool. And I have the DFS books pulled up over here. Again, I like to take a look at the Sharp Money tool. So this Ramondre Stevenson play, you can put this on Better, PrizePicks, Underdog, DraftKings, Pick 6. Under on his 10.5 rushing attempts. For my Dub Club people, we had a bet earlier this week on the under on the Texans-Patriots game. We definitely got some CLV. We're on the under 42.5, and you can't even get that now. It's at 40.5 in terms of the main line. Yeah, Troy Franklin over 70 yards, hamstring 0. Yeah, and that's how it goes with player props. And you kind of know that. I mean, and Irish, I don't mean to say that towards you that you knew that Troy Franklin that was going to happen. But in my mind, I'm like, the only way that like McCaffrey pretty much doesn't get these catches, or at least get 6, is if he gets injured or if it's a blowout. And, one of those rare cases in the fourth quarter that it was an absolute blowout. I had a 3-leg parlay on Sportzino. I hit the over on the total field goals. I hit the over on Jake Tonjes on his catches. Had the under 46.5. Got hooked. That last meaningless touchdown from Seattle killed me. So it's been a tough, I don't know about everybody else. We talked about this before. Been a tough month, at least for me. Definitely every month, just a little context. Every single January since I've started with using OddsJam 4+ years ago, I've had a profitable January. Thus far in January, it's not going well at all. At all. And I'll be very happy if I can break even on the month with January. So I'd love to hear. I know Chi-Town, if he's in the stream, he's having a good month. But I'm going to put a post up. Yeah, could be a rematch. Hawks and the Patriots again. Run it back. Let me kind of ask you a little Q&A. So I'd love to hear from you guys. Just a little question. Not so much a Q&A, but would just love to hear, or maybe I shouldn't do this. Hold on. Not good with a Q&A. You can tell I don't have too many. We're not doing a Q&A. We're just doing we're doing the chat. I want to know how's your January going thus far? So let me put that up as a poll, I guess. All right, and on the Sharp Money tool, guys, we're looking at some of these plays. We're a little thin here, in my opinion, on some of these liquidity. So let me come over here first. Let's take a look at DraftKings Pick 6. Let's look at the NBA. For any of my NBA people, I'm sure they got something going on, a little discount. We'll focus first on the NBA as I'll follow this question up. Nice, Irish. Nice to hear that. I got 14-1 on both Seahawks and Patriots Super Bowl futures. All right, we want to hear just from you guys. Feel free to drop your comments if you want to, but a little poll going up there. How's your January going P&L-wise? I would say, for me, it sucks. But we'd love to hear from the rest of the ends, how it's going thus far. All right, NFL. Let's look at some NFL here, too. Because I'm sure they're going to have some kind of NFL discount. Obviously, I'm not looking at Pick 6 in the promos right now since I'm in a state currently that doesn't offer it. But if we were to look at this, C.J. Stroud over on his passing attempts, okay, this is fine. Over 31.5, it's fine. Drake made a not throw pick. I don't like that. Caleb under on his interceptions. I don't like that. Nope. Woody. This is okay for Woody. This Woody Marks play is just like, okay. It's not great. It's okay. Obviously, Pinnacle has 268.5 at minus 122. We're getting 265.5. Again, passing yards, guys, just rushing, receiving, passing yards. There's a much wider distribution, but there could be this could be the difference if this lands at 266, 67, or 68. The difference between winning and losing. So totally feel free if you want to pass that up. Puka under on his rushing and receiving yards. We only really have FanDuel to comp, them and DraftKings. So I really can't say on that one. Yeah, so honestly here, guys, I'm not surprised. Unfortunately, we do have 2 games, which is great to choose from, but I don't really have a great feel for any of this. Jaden Higgins under 39.5, that's fine. So I don't mind the Jaden Higgins play. And I don't mind the passing attempts by Stroud. That's fine as well. But to find a third play, maybe Woody Marks on his rushing yards is not very good. Not good. That's maybe where I would go with it. 55% so far in the poll say it sucks. Appreciate you guys' honesty. It's just been very, very brutal. We'll take a look at PrizePicks right now. Let's look at 3 pick slips, power slips. Let's go like 3 minimum data points. I don't really want fantasy scores, so we're just going to ignore Puka. Cam Spencer, under on his rebounds and assists. I mean, FanDuel's at 6.5. We're getting 7.5, but FanDuel's at plus odds here, so doesn't seem like this is going to be much of an edge. The combos here, take this with as you will. Would love to hear from you if any of you guys play the combos. I've played it a few times. I don't particularly care to play it. It's good to Pinnacle. 20 cents off to Pinnacle on the Scotty Barnes, Jake LaRavia. I always mess that dude's name up. Russ Westbrook, Shaden Sharp. This is pretty good as well. But to FanDuel, they stink. But to Pinnacle, it's pretty good. 20 cents off or more. This is 18 cents off is very good. So tough to say here. This under on Zion. Like these 3 plays here, guys, are just like, okay. They're not great. They're just all right. We showed some value earlier on better. Let's take a look at Fliff for any of my Fliff people. Let's go like 3 minimum data points. Let me catch up to the chat. 49ers faithful, good morning, man. Wilbo says, vast majority of my biggest CLV gain bets have ended up losing, which just ruins overall results. No doubt, Wilbo. No doubt. And I don't know about you, Wilbo, or anyone else, any OGs or DGens. When I've talked about this before on when I get like Lakers minus 3.5, and then the closing line is Lakers minus 7.5, in my head, I'm like, this is somehow going to lose. Because I got incredible closing line value, and it's like, no way. Like, for Dub Club people, we got the under 42.5 on the Patriots game early in the week. It's now 40.5. Not a big deal, but in the NFL, that helps. Somehow, this is going to be like, 46 points are going to be scored in this game. That's just the way I look at it. 49ers Faithful said, suicide hotline put me on hold last night. That's a good one. That's really good. Hopefully, all kidding aside, hopefully it's not legit, but that was a good one. Jordan, good morning, man. Yeah, Wibble says minus 110's closing at minus 130, 150's closing at 200's virtually all losing. Kenji said, lost a parlay with the under, Seattle San Fran, another parlay with RJ Harvey over rush yards, just 20 yards. Damn. Irish says combos are good, talking about PrizePicks, but seems like half the time they void one for the guy not playing. Yeah, that can be very, very frustrating as well. Appreciate you sharing that. Appreciate the commentary here, guys. Always helps. So let's take a look at Dabble, and I'll pull up Rebet, and then we're going to kind of move along. Remember, guys, one thing that, obviously everyone's really focused on the NFL divisional games today, and that's cool, but we have one of the major tennis tournaments that just started yesterday, the Australian Open. And I only got to place one bet on it, but I won. So 1-0 to start the Australian Open. But do not sleep on the Australian Open. If you're on East Coast time, like I currently am, the matches start at like 8 p.m. Eastern. So make sure that you're digging the Pinnacle. We're going to look at some tennis bets here a little bit later in the stream. Kind of just show you through my process, or just kind of show you the filters. It's a very simple setup. Most of my filters are all very simple. It's really once we dig into the plays, play by play, that's where you're going to hopefully, watching this stream, you're going to learn something. Misery loves company, Ken. No doubt about that. Yeah, we're all, and it's kind of how it goes with Odds Jam. If you're using a software, most Odds Jam users, if I'm feeling pain, there's a high chance that you guys are as well. Yeah, well, but I will say that these playoffs have been crazy for touchdown scores. Obviously, we have McCole Hardman was the first touchdown scorer in the Bills game. We also had an offensive lineman score a touchdown. It's been pretty wild. Dub Club yesterday we were on James Cook, one of the most popular guys to score. Of course, he doesn't score. Why would he score? They only put up 30 points. Heart goes out to Buffalo fans. I know yesterday I was talking about, I was kind of poo-pooing on Josh Allen. We're going to go through and just look at all the books right now. But, it definitely sucks to have your team out of the playoffs because it feels like what is life? Rams, minus 3.5. Kalshi. Pinnacle's taking $100,000 on this. So I don't really care that someone posted liquidity for $7,500. So again, guys, two different trains of thoughts with the Sharp Money tool. So number one, I am not impressed by the liquidity being posted by this person on ProfitX for the Rams minus 3.5. Now, the fact that we can get the Rams at plus 109 odds, where Pinnacle is at minus 108 odds, is incredible. I think that's fantastic. So I'm impressed and would like to play this based off of the price that we're receiving on Kalshi. Just because somebody has $7,500, that means nothing to me. Pinnacle's taking $100,000 on this line. So to me, this play on Kalshi, guys, and there's plenty to go around right now, unless someone takes the full 7K. No doubt about that, Wilbo. I'm interested in this Rams. Now, minus 3.5, so three is a very key number. Minus 3.5 stinks. You always want to be on the plus. I'd rather be plus 3.5. But again, Rams can win this game by a touchdown or more. It's very plausible. Got a couple of player props I'm really excited about, that Dub Club that we're on the Bears with Caleb Williams specifically. Very excited about that. So I'm most likely going to go bet this on Kalshi. Let me pull up my screen. And for those of you that don't know about Kalshi, kind of walk you through what's up. So, made some videos, guys. Prediction markets, Kalshi. I use Kalshi. I've been using it a lot more often, I'll say that. So we're over here. I'll just type in, it's right here, Rams and the Bears, right? You can see here's my balance here at the top, right? My portfolio means this is the money that I have. This is my available cash, which means I have a bet currently out there. That's out here. So, do we think the Rams are going to win by over 3.5 points? Yes, we do. We actually do. So, in dollars, this is what I like to do. I'm in dollars, right, guys? First thing, we're buying this bad boy. We're buying this in dollars, okay? Now, if I type in $100, this is not plus 109 odds, right? So, just to kind of show you guys what's up. I always end up grabbing this guy. So I usually go to Action Network for this calculator. So if we typed in a $100 wager at plus 109 odds, we should be getting a total payout of $209. Well, you can see we're not getting $209, right? We're not at all. We're getting $189. So that means we're getting some kind of, we're getting like minus 111 odds, or maybe minus like 130, minus 112. We're really getting minus 112 odds on this play. Right? So I don't want to bet this Rams to win by over 3.5 points here because I'm not getting plus 109 odds. Right? So that means that they're stale on this play. So it's something that's really important to note. If you see this play on Kalshi, you definitely want to check the math. And the first thing that I always do is I just type in $100. That tells me, hey, if it's plus 109, I should be getting a payout of $209. I'm not, so we're not going to bet this at all. Right? That's kind of how that works over at Kalshi. So clearly OddsJam's pulling in some incorrect pricing over there. Or someone took it all. Right? Or maybe I'm looking in the wrong spot. But that's how I like to look at it. Irish, here we go. No problem, man. No problem. Yeah, I mean, obviously we'll see. I think it's the first time in Dub Club I've ever put three units on a guy. I'd never done that one before, so that's a heavy one. All right, let's look at Caleb Williams on the score, under on his passing yards. Somebody has $6,400. They want this at no vig. They want it at minus 115 odds. So we can get this at Profit X at minus 115. We can get this at the score at minus 115. Profit X, there's about $774. Now, to be fair, I mean, someone's offering that's incredible. Unless they're trying to set up some type of R, but this is a lot of money on a player prop. This is way more money than what FanDuel is going to be accepting. And I would obviously I might go grab this over at Profit X because we could see that, right? You could also do this on FanDuel, right? It's under 215.5. Again, we can get the under 216.5 at Profit X. Most books are at 215.5. So I'm going to go over to Profit X, guys. There's like almost $800 available here. I'm cool with that. I'm not going to take it all because I only have about $340 in the account. So I just got to sign into Profit X really quick. But this is one where, the sharp money tool, like clearly somebody likes this under. And we're looking at some passing props, okay? So I'm not going to use all my money on this, but Caleb, 216.5, the under. And unfortunately, maybe OddsJam's pulling some incorrect data because this isn't even real anymore. The 216.5, no. Same with 215.5, terrible pricing. So we might be having some issues with OddsJam in terms of, they finally updated this. So someone took it all. Shout out to whoever took it all. It's a very good play. I could get this for $75 on no vig, which is fine. But someone might beat me to the spot. It's the only problem when you live stream and there's low liquidity on an exchange. One of the watchers, somebody watching might grab it before you, which is all right. Let's go to passing. And passing yards for Caleb at 215.5 on the under, not available. 216.5, it's there. And there's $52. So I'll take the 52.61 on the under 216.5. Again, the pro bettor wants this at, the guy who posted at 6,400, he wants it at minus 115. So we get this under 216.5 for like $52. That's cool with me. I'll take it. Again, just throw this in the bet tracker. Again, guys, if you're betting on the sharp money tool, the one really cool thing about OddsJam is that this will be designated on your bet tracker when you export it to an Excel spreadsheet. These bets will be designated as sharp money bets, which is kind of nice. So you can kind of take a look at, your sharp money plays. Blues on the money line. Okay. I mean, I don't think anyone in here really has a Bet Mexico, Team Mexico sportsbook. So, but it's there if you want it. Saints fam, what's going on? Irish said, OJ pulling minus 109 on my Calsh, you can. Yeah, same thing here. I think OddsJam is just having some issues. And Irish was saying how OJ was pulling all steel lines for tennis last night, all night. Yeah, that one's a kick in the dick. No doubt about that. What else do we have here? Anything that's really... Cade Stover on player receptions. Somebody's got about 3K out there. They want this at minus 145. If anyone that can bet in the Pinnacle, I would bet this in the Pinnacle. It's 3 times the amount. Again, player prop, again, a little bit low, right? We're talking about, I like 5X. So again, this doesn't quite meet the criteria, but this is a larger limit for Pinnacle, $1,000. So, all right, we'll come back over here. We'll peep the Grizzlies really quick. If you can get this at plus 102, this isn't bad. It's 13 cents off the penny. 17 cents off the bookmaker. Good to Circa and Bet Online. I don't currently have any money in Bet Openly. I need to fund this account. But this is a good play. Grizzlies plus 3.5. Anybody that wants it, I'm cool with it. It's a good price at Bet Openly, which is, again, you'll never get limited. Bet Openly's good. It's not as great as the exchanges, but it's a book you'll never get limited on because it's a peer-to-peer book. And that's really, guys, that's where you want to start. If you're limited on your MGMs, your Fanatics, these exchanges, like I said, next week there's going to be a video coming out going over a specific strategy I think is maybe one of my best strategies I've ever shared. I really don't want to share this strategy, but I think it'll just help and benefit so many others. So it's going to be out there. It'll be dropping next week at some point. All right, let's take a look at some anytime goal scores. There's only 3 NHL games today, so I'm not expecting any value for goal scores. We have 1. Under 1%, Jake Gensel, only if you have this at BetMGM. All right, so if I had my BetMGM account with me and I wasn't limited to like $3, okay, maybe this is something here. And if you guys want to get a sneak peek of the video dropping next week, we're going to go through an example right now. Okay, so currently, my personal BetMGM, probably similar to yours, I can only bet like $5 on player props. So normally, I would look at this play and say, I don't care. Like, I'm not betting this. But, you can see that No Vig is currently a book that's offering odds on this play. If No Vig is offering odds on this play, then that means we can create a market over there, okay? So, the best under is minus 190, okay? Now, guess what? If I can get this over, I don't know, plus 185, we're talking about a 4.5% edge, okay? So, what am I going to do? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to No Vig, and I'm going to pull up the Tampa game. I'm going to go to goals, right? And we're going to go over to Mr. Gensel. Got love for Mr. Gensel, as he was a former Penguin, helped us win a couple cups, or a cup, I should say. Maybe two. I can't remember if it was both or one. We're going to take this over right here. But we're not going to take this market. We're going to make the market. We're going to make it. And I want this at, let's say, I don't know, plus one. Let's go plus 187 odds. Meaning that I'm going to offer the under at minus 187. Well, if I offer the under at minus 187, that'll be the best price on the market. So then I come back over here to OddsJam. I'm like, listen, I might be able to get this Jake Gensel play at plus 187 odds. They're like, yo, that's an over 5% edge. You should put up $140 on this market. Okay. So I'm just going to put this up for 150. Now check this out. So I'm going to make this market. No guarantee that this order gets filled. No guarantee. But why not try, right? Because now take a look at what happens. I'm going to add this to my bet tracker. And as you can see, guys, I showed this yesterday. I am now offering the best under on this market because the score is at minus 190. I'm now the guy that's offering the best under. I'm offering this at minus 187. So now this is the best under on Jake Gensel if someone likes to bet unders. And now I'm really happy if my order gets filled because I'm getting a really good price. This is a 5% EV edge play. So these are things that you can do. For those of you that are limited on BetMGM, you're like, it's not worth my time, Billy. I hear you. But if you have an exchange like No Vig, go create a play. Go create a price. Do this on your other bets and your other markets. Very plus EV. So I'm happy with that. Now everyone knows it because I'm streaming. So everyone that's in the stream now knows don't take it. But that's something I think it's a very viable strategy. Rick, my hand? I would say it's 6 to 7 months new. Maybe 5 to 7 months new. But yeah, it's fairly new. But nothing nothing like I didn't get anything done like this past week or anything. Let's look at anytime TD scores. Devontae Adams, lower edge, but over on No Vig. I can do that. I like that. Okay. Minus 103 is not too bad. Yeah, I would say I can take it. I can take this play. I don't mind it. Devontae's all right. He's not great. It's okay. If anybody wants it, obviously beat me to the punch. Feel free to do so. Rams, Bears, touchdowns. We're looking at Devontae. There's about $87. So I'm going to grab this one at minus 103, but we get this for $87 for Devontae. It's a lower edge play, but it's all right. Now, this is my filters, guys, that I like to use for anytime touchdown scores. I like a plus minus 150. But for those of you that are looking for some long shots, we're going to open this up to like plus 800 odds, okay? And we're going to there's only one other result, unfortunately. Ramondre. If you guys want some Ramondre, this would be over at Camby. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. Plus 170. But again, if you don't want to get this at plus 170, what's the best under being offered? Minus 176. Well, what if you try to get this at 174? Go create the order on ProfitX or No Vig at plus 174 odds. Now this is a 3% edge play. Right? Now we're looking really good. So here's what I could do. Again, forget about no vig. Let's go over to ProfitX. And this is just something, guys, I think in general, you definitely want to be, you want to know how to do it. So let's go to the NFL. Let's go to TD scores. Okay, Ramondre. So you can buy him at yes. I want to buy him at yes, but I want to create a market. So the problem here is I would really like, I don't always know, guys, to be honest with you, how to create the market over on Ramondre, because I don't want this liquidity. So it might not be worth it, because if I can't hit the request button, then I might not be able to trade this play. But let me see. Let me do this. What if I did $100, but I wanted this at 174? Okay, so then it's out there right now. Yeah, so now the minus 174 is being offered. So I didn't realize all you had to do was just change it. Obviously, guys, I haven't used ProfitX in a couple of months, so didn't realize that. So now Ramondre's out there at plus 174. So I'm really happy if I get Ramondre to score a touchdown at plus 174. And now, obviously, I probably should have changed my odds to maybe knock this down one or two because of that. But I can come over here and say, yo, I'm getting this at ProfitX. And I'm getting this at 174 for $100. And we'll see. Trevion Henderson just popped up here, guys. Plus 240 FanDuel. Lower edge. But again, you guys can create a bunch of these, right? Like if you see that the best under is 257, and I go, yo, if I can get Trevion Henderson at like 255, this is a 6% edge play. So again, like I can come over here and say, all right, well, the best under is minus 257. I can come over to Henderson. I guess these are all in alphabetical order. And I can say, yo, I want him. I want him to score a touchdown. I want to offer this under at maybe, let's say, 253, something like that. So I want this at, let's say, 252 odds. I want this on the over. I want $100 on this play. All right, increments of 5. So let's go 250. Because I'm going to be happy at 250. Slightly better. There we go. Confirm this. I want Trevion Henderson to score a touchdown at plus 250 odds for $100. It's out there, right? And now, all of a sudden, I'm going to be offering the best under on Henderson. And getting this at plus 250 odds is almost a 5% EV edge play. Like, this is fantastic. So I know that Irish knows about this. I'm sure there's some other OGs and DGens that know about this. But this is something that you should just be doing. Like, you literally get your money refunded to you if the order doesn't get filled. And you can do this on every single play. Yeah, Irish, no doubt about that. Appreciate that, Irish. So, no worries, Rick, no worries. I don't always, like, throw my hands up or, like, go like this, but, you know, it's there. So you could do this with everyone, guys. And you can get better pricing, right? Now, Irish is going to be able to tell you, and others will be able to tell you right now, like how well it's going or how not, if it's not going well in terms of your order actually getting filled. Appreciate everyone that answered the poll. 56% said when I asked how your January is going, profit and loss wise. 56% says it sucks. 29% said barely profitable. 11% said awesome. 4% said slightly in the red. Orty, what's going on? Rick said, I did this all morning. No doubt about that. So, you know, OGs and DGens, as always, I appreciate your patience with me because I obviously drill this into a lot of people, and you guys have heard this all the time. What's going on, Skunky? ¿Qué pasa? Muy bien, muy bien. ¿Cómo estás para ti? I might have said, how are you for you? But anyways, Skunky, you know what I'm saying. All right, we'll come back to this a little bit later. Let's take a look at some NFL player props right now. So I'm just going to devig this to Pinnacle for NBA, but then I'll just change the league to NFL. All right, let's see what we got. Now I'm going minus 130, minus 150, plus 130. What do we got? Woody Marks, under on his receiving yards. So yeah, I would love to hear if you're able to. No doubt, Order, you're not alone in that one, buddy. Same here for me. For Rick and for Irish, if you're willing to share, would you say your percentage of the slips that you create, what's that percentage that those orders get filled? right? Is it half? Is it 10%? What would you say roughly? Ballpark it if you're willing to share that. Always appreciate it. So Woody Marks under 8.5 receiving yards. This is an arb to pinnacle. There's $73 out there. Not terrible if you wanted to go bet this on Bet Online, but no VIGs at plus 105. So again, guys, if you want this on ProfitX, I'll go over to no VIG. I got a little bit more cash in no VIG. So I'm just going to go over to no VIG and get this Woody Marks play. And they're going to tell me to bet this at there's only what, $100. So Rick said 65%. That's really encouraging in my opinion, Rick. I think that's excellent. I mean, honestly, I know my girlfriend's not, I don't know if she's listening to this. I mean, that would make me want to come back home and move back to Pennsylvania, or at least come here for the summer and spend the whole summer here. So let's go to receiving. Let's go to Woody Marks. Under 8.5, plus 105. $100. Grab that. Again, guys, no VIG does offer some of their own. No VIG, the sportsbook, actually puts up some of their own liquidity on these plays. So, this is why it's $100. I believe this is a no VIG play. This sportsbook actually put the liquidity up for this price. So I'm very happy. Woody Marks under 8.5 receiving yards. If you guys want this on profit, go ahead and grab it. But a no VIG at plus 105, I'm happy with that. That's very good. Rick said, Irish said 80%. Rick said 65%. Irish said 80%. Rick said might be higher probably. And so, I mean, I don't want to, I mean, we got a pretty decent crowd watching right now, almost 60 people. I'll say this, guys, I'm not really giving much. I'm kind of giving the video away for this week, but it's not a big deal. I think, and Irish and Rick already know this, and if you're already doing the strategy, obviously you know about it. This is, in my opinion, the best long-term viable strategy out there, where you can go ahead and create your own markets, create very plus EV markets. And as long as the exchange is still around in your state, it's going to be a great time. Good to know, Irish. If I make the odds what OJ odds was, it gets filled less. Yeah, and so Irish, that's why you see me not giving the same. I'm willing to take a little bit of a reduction. Now, obviously, in some of these touchdown plays, I want a better odds, but I'm offering that. I'm always conscious of the under, or if you're betting the under and you're offering the over, making sure that you're showing the best odds on the OJ screen. Devontae Adams under 4.5 catches. This is an arb to pinnacle on Bet Online. Unfortunately, all my money right now is on Indiana -7 on Bet Online right now, but this is a fantastic play. I think this isn't a props builder play, guys. This is, in low VIGs, another sharp book, but you could bet there. This is just Bet Online, their own player prop odds that they do have in-house. You got to search for it a little bit more, which unfortunately I really can't show that because it's an offshore book, but you could do it. There you go, Rick. Yeah, I mean, that's a great, it's a fantastic strategy in my opinion, and I'm glad you're doing it. No doubt, Orty. Orty does the same thing. Limited on soft books. I think that's how you want to do it. It looks like Bet Online just changed to -125, so this is not real. So we'll hide this. We'll hide this one. Drake May on his rushing yards. This is over there on PrizePicks. Stafford on his completions, over 22.5. This is a BetMGM play. Not that great on DraftKings. It's only at 101, which is, just over 2%. Skunky, no doubt. If you're on a -7, 8, 9, 10, you're already through 7 to 14. I mean, obviously it worked out for you before. I'm not against it. I got about $300 on them at -7. I bet it at Bet Online when the lines opened up, so I'm very happy with the closing line value that I got there. No doubt about that. No doubt, Irish. We do know. And the other thing, I think we talked about this the last time when Indiana was playing Oregon. Here we go, circa Adams over on his catches. They're taking the same liquidity as Pinnacle, but let's see who's moving. Is anyone moving in a certain direction? But we know that Kurt Cignetti is not just going to try to win by a field goal. He wants to win by as many points possible. Let me just click another book to see if we can get this chart to pull up. Sometimes, guys, when the chart doesn't pull up the graph, you have to add another sports book or remove a sports book over here to get it to work. Sometimes it doesn't. Either way, this is 1 cent off of being a low hold to Pinnacle. So if you are, there's definitely some Circa users out there. Also, Circa has a very similar price to Camby. I don't think Camby's very sharp. Adams over on his receiving yards. Caleb over on his passing touchdowns. FanDuel has a very similar price to this. Circa's at plus 115 at $1,000. Pinnacle's got the same amount. So again, now that you can see Circa's liquidity, like, you know, I don't really like this play, I would say, based off the pricing. Nothing against Caleb. And I also, again, OGs, DGens know this. We're being recommended, guys, to bet the Bet Rivers play, the Canby play, right? So, but they just moved. They moved them at most recently. I don't like betting a book that just moved their odds. That's not really my thing. I don't like to do that at all. It doesn't mean that I want to bet the opposite side. I just don't want to bet this one. I'm getting mixed signals here. Don't really care for it. Woody, under on his catches. I'm obviously already under on his receiving yards. So under on his catches, this looks really good. $700. Pinnacle's taking $1,000. What do we got here? Obviously, you might see ProfitX kind of move a little bit here, but I'm looking to see what Pinnacle does. 6 degrees in Madison right now, Skunky. Appreciate you sharing that. So it's going to be very cold. I did bet the over early on in this Bears-Rams game when the lines opened up. I got it at 50.5. Again, I got closing line value working against me there because I think the line's at like 48.5 right now. Okay, so I'm not going to wait forever. I'm okay with going after Woody on his under receptions. This is on profit. Let's take a look at this. What do we got? Okay. Don't have a ton of money left in here, but that's fine by me. We're looking at what? Receiving yard. No, receptions. And Woody is down here. So the under 1.5, minus 102. That we're being recommended? Yes, sir. Because obviously, guys, if we win this bet, we have to pay a 1% commission to ProfitX. That's how they make their money as a sports book. So OddsJam's already calculated this. Am I going to bet 180? No, I only have 139. So I'll just bet the remaining money that I have in the account, 139.88, on the under 1.5 on Woody. There we go. So I'm out of money on profit, but we're in on Woody Marks. And plenty of money out there if you guys want to grab it. I'm cool with that. So we're really big on unders on Woody for just catching the football. Drake May's out there. We can do passing completions. Christian Kirk over receptions. Obviously, there's no Nico Collins, so I'm definitely a little more interested in this play. Circa's taking $1,300 at minus 130. But Pinnacle, Bookmaker, I mean, you know, not bad. So I'm okay with taking some Christian Kirk. Let's see. Let me throw this bad boy up. And then we're going to take a look right now. After this, guys, we're going to jump over to some NBA. And we're also going to look at some college hoops. And we're going to look at some tennis. So we got a lot still to get to. We'll do a little no vig. But obviously, we're spending some time on the divisional round. $353. I'm not going to go that high, but I might go a 150 spot over here. So Christian Kirk, minus 118. Take a look at this. Again, guys, I'm a big believer in not just telling you what to bet, but also placing those bets in front of you. A lot of money right here. Obviously, if you want this at minus 119, that's okay. I don't know if I'd go to minus 121. It's a little too much. So this is another way that you can kind of take a look and say, wow, never mind. Someone has $7,000 at minus 121 odds, right? So, you know, maybe I'll just go down here, take a little bit less, but still take $100 worth, and we'll see. Because I don't want that at minus 121, but at minus 118, I'm willing to take a little bit, right? Because we're not talking about a huge edge here at minus 118, but I'm still willing to have some. All right, let's take a look over here right now. We're gonna jump around a couple different spots. First up, we're just gonna quickly head over to college basketball. Not a huge slate of games today, but we're gonna take a little peek. Washington State, San Francisco. This is Bet 105. Pinnacle's taking 1,500. Circa's taking. Yeah, these are kind of mixed signals here. What do we got? Let's look at some sharp line movement here. I want to add Circa in as well. Nah, not feeling this one. Not crazy about it. And bookmaker just moved to minus 105. So, not crazy about it. Anything below 2%, guys, I'm kind of out on, to be honest. But we'll take a look at this under on UTSA in Memphis. Okay, minus 107, minus 110, minus 110. Again, a bunch of sharp books are here. No VIG, $165. I like that. Under 147.5, UTSA in Memphis. And again, on this under, I'm probably not going to take I'm not going to take everything. I'm just going to take $100. So I'll leave a little out there, $65 out there, guys, if you want it. We're taking that under 147, plus 105. Circa, Pinnacle, and Bookmaker all have this roughly at minus like 109. And we're getting this at plus 105, right? All the sharp books are kind of aligned here on their pricing. I love that. That's another easy one to kind of go after. Again, it's low liquidity on no VIG. Not a lot of money out there, so it's like I'm not really too worried about it. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at some tennis because I got this already set up. So those of you that want to know, I like to use, again, a plus minus 150. Feel free if you want to go plus minus 200. I just like the plus minus 150 a little more. We're looking for anything that's 2% EV edge or higher for tennis. We're deviating to Pinnacle in its worst case. It's always worst case. I'm looking at main markets and alt markets. But I prefer to bet main markets, if I'm being honest with you. What you're going to notice here, guys, a lot of DraftKings value. And some Onyx here, too. But a lot of DraftKings value. So when we open this play up here, minus 120 odds. Pinnacle's at minus 144. They're taking $2,600. Women's tennis. This is for the Women's Australian Open. Again, all these matches are late tonight. But, normally I would tell you don't bet tennis on an under this early in the day, but this is the Australian Open. So this is a major tournament, so I'm okay with doing that. I'm having some issues getting into my DraftKings account since I've been here in PA, so I'm not going to be able to bet this one in front of you guys, or just bet it, period, which sucks. This is an ARB to Pinnacle, and it's a tennis play, so I'm in on it. Go bet this play. You have a good time. Kovacevic, Tommy Paul, plus 6.5. ARB to Pinnacle. Enough said. Tennis, ARB to Pinnacle. I don't need to look any further. Just go. Go bet these two plays on DraftKings. Wawrinka, ARB to Pinnacle. I can bet this on Onyx. I'll go bet this on Onyx. Assuming, and I already won my tennis bet earlier from last night, so I got some money in Onyx for sure. But again, you can see no VIGs offering prices here, guys. I might try to maybe offer one up over here on maybe some of these other plays. Okay, so we're looking for Wawrinka first set money line. First set money line. First set money line, minus 115. OddsJam's telling me about 230. I have 273. So I want to save this for one other bet. So we're going to go 175. So it leaves me a little bit of dough, basically almost $100. There we go. Bingo. Anybody that wants this, I'll throw this in the chat right now. There it is, guys. No doubt about that, Skunky. No doubt about that. Patrick said, hey, Billy, check the volume of your mic. I hear you very low. Appreciate that, Patrick. I would say that the mic volume, I normally it's a preset. So my mic volume has been, in terms of the level of it, it's always the same. Anyone else that can't hear me that well, let me know, please, because I obviously want to make sure that the volume is good. We're in for 175 here. But thank you, Patrick, for letting me know about that. Orty says the city has an energy with the Bears, no doubt about that. DK collects an insane amount of data. Appreciate that, Orty. Okay. So, again, if I can't use this, did it move? Maybe I should have, to be honest, guys, maybe I should have waited. Oh, no. Oh, no. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I forget about this. I do forget. Next time I will wait like a minute, for so that you guys can bet this. I'm sorry. I might have moved the price there a little bit. But it was EV to begin with. Might not have been me. Either way, price move. It's now minus 130 on Onyx instead of minus 115. I got to imagine we also have probably some kind of promo going on. Yeah, we got a 75% parlay boost. They're going to let me bet another one today? They are. Oh, this is great. All right, definitely got to hit this divisional playoff boost on Onyx as well. Okay. You can still get this on DraftKings for those of you that have DraftKings. It moved on Onyx, but it hasn't moved on DraftKings. I wouldn't really, anything that's above 2%, I'm cool with. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, guys. A lot of good stuff on tennis. Again, don't sleep on this. Got a lot of games right here on Onyx. We're going to go with, what's the top play? Oh, we can get this Ellie Seidel play. Okay, under 21.5. Great. So Seidel under 21.5 plus 105. I'm going to wait here, guys, right? I'm going to the Seidel play. If you do use Onyx, I got to use that boost too. Yeah, we're only going to probably go for like $50 on this play. There it is. All right, so I'm not going to bet this right now. Anybody that wants this, we're going under 21.5. Nope, already moved. Already moved. That sucks. Okay. Well, then let's go hit this boost up for the NFL. And then we'll look at some NBA. One result. Let's just do this. Let's clear this out. Let's go all markets. 3 results. DV and the Pinnacle. Under on the Rams game. Over on Steph Diggs. Over on the first quarter points with the Patriots game. That's barely an edge at all. Not crazy about that. All right, I'll take the over on Steph Diggs. So that'll be one leg. I'm willing to take the over on Steph. All right, there's one. Cool. Let's DVig to another book. Say a circa. 2 results. Texans team total over. Colston Loveland, anytime touchdown. All right, I can get down with anytime touchdowns. You know me, I never mind that. Especially Loveland, because Caleb loves him. Absolutely loves him. Okay, so we're going to get Loveland on a touchdown. Pinnacle's obviously not feeling too spry about it, but again, it's a 75% boost here, guys. And then Texans over 19.5 team points. It's really good. Pinnacle's taking a little bit more money there on that play. Don't know how I feel about that. What about Bookmaker? Nothing? Really? That's upsetting. This under. All right, Rams Bears under 50.5. Again, I have a bet on the over 50.5, so it's all right to know that I'll have a chance with the under 50.5. Under 50.5, here we go. There it is. Give me that boost. 13.37, betting $20 here. Really good boost, guys. 75% boost is fantastic. You definitely want this. Obviously, you can basically put on whatever you want. You can literally bet your opinion on this, and it's going to be really good. But we're taking Loveland, we're taking the under, and we're taking Diggs. So let me take a little screenshot of that. $20 pays us out $287 total, which is solid. Yeah, Orty, definitely probably an auto mover. Definitely an auto mover. And they got that deposit match going on too, like Irish was saying. Let's take a look at some NBA player props. Also, very excited, guys. Next week, we're going to be looking for... There's a big UFC card next weekend. We're definitely going to be looking at that. Okay, Nick Claxton, under on his PRA. This is a massive... This is a good ARB. This is a very nice ARB to Pinnacle. Canby Sportsbook. Take the under on Nick Claxton. Nets versus the Bulls. Under 23.5 at plus 108 odds. I definitely know Orty on Bet 105, Onyx, Bracco, and possibly Bookmaker for player props. There is an auto mover on my account. I know that because I've bet into those books enough, and then as soon as I place the bet, the line moves. The odds move, I should say. I've definitely seen that. We will be back on tomorrow morning, guys, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific, and then again tomorrow evening at 6 p.m. Eastern. So 2 streams tomorrow. We're going to be looking at the conference championship matchups. Ja over on his PRA. Was this broken for a second? There we go. Looks like FanDuel moved from plus 134 to plus 130. Still an ARB to Pinnacle. It's better over at Bet Rivers. So I'd rather bet that at Bet Rivers. Not bad. This is still about an 8% EV edge, so I don't mind that. Anthony Black over on his PRA. Tough to say what's going on here. Okay, what about Wendell Carter? Rebounds. Looks like MGM just moved. Yeah, MGM just moved, guys. You want to get the over 7.5 rebounds for Carter. This is, again, ARB to Pinnacle. It's 1 cent off of being a low hold to FanDuel. So I would have the most confidence in a play on this Wendell Carter play because it's not only just an ARB to penny, it's 1 cent off of being a low hold to FanDuel. So you get really good. That's great confirmation there. So I like that one. Jamal Murray over 9.5 assists. This is a bit of an alt line, but it's really good. It's a low hold to Pinnacle, and this is over 20 cents off to FanDuel. So once again, Camby is just way off. Got some other books here. Let's see. Sabonis on Fanatics, no, but FanDuel now is at plus 112. So again, like FanDuel has very similar odds to Fanatics. I think Fanatics is a very easy sports book to beat. Over 8.5 rebounds for Sabonis. I'm going to fire up my FanDuel. I should have a couple of dollars left in that account because I would love to bet this Sabonis play. And what do we got? Yeah, I got a little dough left in there. All right, Sabonis over 8.5 rebounds. I can get this at plus 112 odds. Let's go. How much will they let me bet? $89? All right, we're in. 89 bucks, guys. I'll share the link here. So if you guys just want to be able to hit the link here in the chat, check it out. Bam, there you go. Sabonis, we get that. 89 bucks on FanDuel. Love seeing that. That's a good play. I like it. Okay, what else? Talked about this Wendell Carter play. I'm in love with this. Paulo double-double. I mean, FanDuel and DraftKings, not far. I mean, the score, no, Pinnacle just moved, so never mind. Not a good play. Not great. We'll hide that one. Anthony Black, all right, what about this Paulo play on assists? This is an ARB. Any movement from Pinnacle? That's what I want to see. Come on. This is a bit more of a long shot here, guys, no doubt. In the 150 range, but Pinnacle thinks it should be at plus 111. Having a hard time with the graph right now. This always drives me bonkers. Would love to see something. Nothing. Got nothing. There it is. No Pinnacle line, though. We don't know what happened. And I don't know if they just moved. 152. I would still definitely like this. So Paulo over on his assist. That's where I'm going to spend the remaining amount of my cash is over 5.5 assists. I got 67 bucks. And it's at 148 right now. It's already moving. But I'll still grab it there. So if you guys want this, that's the last of my FanDuel money. Paulo moved from 152 to 148, but I still like it at 148. Still a very good play. And that's all the money that I had in there. So there we go. Okay. Speaking of Paulo on his points over at Circa, any of my Circa people, this is an ARB to Pinnacle. Now, Pinnacle's taking less money than Circa. So that is important to note. So let's take a look. That's why the line movement's such a big deal. Now, it's an ARB in general, so it's not a bad idea to just bet this. But Circa's a sharp sports book. Yeah, I hear you loud and clear there, man. No doubt about that. All right, yeah, we're getting kind of the spinning wheel of death here. I don't have all day for this. So, again, play at your own risk here, guys, but I don't mind it. Anytime it's an arb to pinnacle, I'm always okay playing those types of plays for player props. But a lot of Camby, ton of Camby. You could rock a lot of SGPs, round robins, a lot of stuff going on here where you could have a really good time on Camby. No doubt about that. Drew Holiday on his threes, low hold to pinnacle. It seems like we're just having a hard time getting this chart to pop up for us. So, or Pinnacle's just not popping up with anything at the moment. So, okay. Guys, that's where I'm going to pause right now. I'm out of gas, out of juice, but appreciate you hanging out with me. We'll be back on tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. Questions, email me, DM me. Again, if you want to try OddsJam 1 week for free, save 35% off your first month after the 1 week trial ends. Use code Billy35. You get 7 days for free. Definitely worth trying out. Otherwise, guys, have an awesome Sunday. Enjoy the end of the divisional matchups, and we'll get ready for conference championship matchups starting tomorrow. Get locked and loaded, ready to go. Plus, we got a national championship tomorrow, too. I don't know if you heard. Have a great Sunday, guys. Talk to you tomorrow. Take care.